Continuing my series on Dyson cordless vacuums, I'll compare the Dyson V15 Detect and V10 Absolute in this video. These models were once flagships, but with the release of the Gen 5 series, these are relegated to less expensive status, which isn't bad for consumers. I've spent many hours testing these products in different aspects such as cleaning performance, filtration, runtime, ergonomics, and everything in between to see which option is better. If you're on the fence between these products or want to know more about Dyson cordless vacuums, watch till the end and let's get into it. First, let's compare the design of the Dyson V15 Detect and V10 Absolute. These models utilize the same horizontal dustbin alignment in newer Dyson cordless vacuums. Dyson switched to this alignment to increase volume, but the downside is you'll need to remove this tube to empty the dustbin, which wasn't the case for older models that used a vertically aligned dustbin like the V8. Both have a hygienic system that helps push debris out without getting your fingers dirty. Dirt volume is similar at 0.77 liters. Decent inside small homes, but if you live inside a large home, you'll need to empty it more often. One significant difference and a potential deciding factor is the interface. The V15 Detect has an interactive LCD screen with a piezo readout that basically shows how much dirt is picked up through these bar graphs. The V10 is part of the previous generation, Dyson cordless vacuums with no screen, so you'll need to rely on these LEDs to know how much charge is left. This is a significant advantage of the V15 Detect since you can see exactly how much runtime is left. Both use a trigger, and whether you like it or not will be subjective. Third-party trigger locks are available online, so there's no need to squeeze for power if you don't want a trigger. The floor nozzles are another factor between the Dyson V15 and V10. Most Dyson V15 models have two nozzles, the laser slim roller and the digital motor bar nozzle. A newer variant, the V15S Submarine, has a wet-dry nozzle for cleaning wet messes, but the added attachment will make this model more expensive. Stand by for the review coming very soon. Not all Dyson V10 submodels have the soft roller nozzle, only the Absolute variant does, and it is one of the more expensive options. Most other models will only have the standard nozzle. Keep this in mind before purchasing. There are several differences between these nozzles. First is the thickness variance of the V15 Detect Slim Roller and V10 Fluffy Roller, which can be a factor in tight overhangs. Another is illumination, where the V15 excels since it has a bright green laser that accentuates dust particles better than any LED-equipped nozzle I've tested. The V10 doesn't have this feature, so there's no way to track dust, but it is similarly efficient at picking up debris. The standard nozzle you'll get for the V10 will depend on the submodel. For example, the V10 Absolute has the older standard brush roll and the first Dyson cordless vacuum with adjustable gates. Newer releases like the Cyclone V10 Animal have the newer motor bar nozzle with the combs for detangling hair but don't have adjustable gates, so I'd only recommend this on carpets. The V15 Detect comes with the latest digital motor bar nozzle. Like the newer V10 Animal nozzle, it has these combs, so it can pick up long hair strands with minimal tangles. In addition, it has these adjustable gates, enabling it to vacuum large debris piles with minimal snow plowing. It's a similar design to the Gen 5 Detect, but since the V15 is an older model, it's the cheaper option. Next, we'll compare power, where I use airflow and suction. I use an anemometer to measure airflow at the cleaning nozzle and extension tube. Not surprisingly, the V15 Detect has more airflow on every power setting on the nozzle and extension tube since it uses a newer, more powerful motor. The difference was 33% on the extension tube and 20% on the cleaning head. Likewise, the V15 Detect has more suction, with a 26% variance in the sealed test and 20% in the unsealed test. The higher suction and airflow translate to better vacuuming performance on carpets, which we'll examine in the next section. Next, we'll compare cleaning performance, where I tested the V15 and V10 and how each fared against different debris types, from coffee grounds to heavy stuff like pet litter. Looking at the percentages, the V15 Detect was better overall, buoyed by its higher deep cleaning results. There's little variance in the hard floor experiments, thanks to the efficiency of the soft roller nozzle that doesn't rely too much on airflow. Of course, you'll need more power to vacuum debris from crevices. However, two factors that will influence your decision are whether you need the laser slim roller's bright green light and slimmer frame. If you don't mind not having these features, the V10 Absolute will pick up debris efficiently. The V15 Detect excels at cleaning carpets with its higher suction and airflow. It was a few percentage points better on surface and embedded dirt. One huge advantage of the V15 over the V10 is its pickup even in the auto setting. It scored 100% in the deep cleaning experiment, while the V10 only scored 92.2%, which is still decent but a notch below the V15. Another advantage of the V15 is it is better at cleaning hair. It got a higher percentage on both surfaces and was nearly perfect on carpet since it has these combs to untangle hair. The V10 didn't fare well on carpet with hair wrapping on the brush roll since it doesn't have these combs. The good news is that newer releases like the Cyclone V10 Animal will have these combs and should be better at resisting hair tangles. However, this model only has a standard brush roll, so I'd recommend it only for cleaning carpets. I've put the links below if you're interested in getting one. If you have pets or need to clean large quantities of hair, the V15 is the better option. One issue with the V15 and the newer Dyson cordless vacuums with the slim roller nozzle is hair wrapping on the axles, which can be tedious to clean. It's just a heads up if you're getting a V15 or own one. The V15 is also better at cleaning long hair on upholstery compared to the V10 Absolute since it has a hair screw tool that excels at picking up long hair. The tapered brush and corkscrew-like design resist tangles better than a standard brush. Newer releases like the Cyclone V10 Animal come with this tool, but always double check before purchasing. Another factor to consider is the runtime or how long these vacuums will run. Again, the Dyson V15 Detect is the winner in this category, lasting over 84 minutes with the Laser Slim Roller in the lowest setting and over 17 minutes in the auto setting on carpet. The 84-minute runtime nearly doubles the V10's runtime with the cleaning nozzle, so it's the better option inside larger homes. Another advantage of the V15 is it has a detachable battery. Replacing it is simpler and doesn't require any tools to remove. Also, extending runtime is possible by purchasing an extra battery. Next, we'll compare these vacuums' ergonomics or usability aspects, factoring in the weight and steering. The Dyson V10 is the winner in this category because it has a lighter frame. It weighs only 3 pounds and 10 ounces, nearly a pound lighter than the V15. 1 pound may sound little, but that's roughly a 20% disparity. And with the top heavy nature of these vacuums, every ounce counts, especially if you're using these above floors. Another factor to consider is the noise levels, where I use the sound meter to check. The Dyson V15 Detect is the noisier option, exceeding 80 decibels in the boost setting, while the V10 is a few decibels quieter at a little over 76 decibels. Next, we'll look at what attachments or tools you'll get out of the box. The Dyson V15 Detect has more. It has 2 nozzles, a flexible hose tool, stiff bristle brush, soft dusting brush, combination tool, and hair screw tool. The V10 Absolute has more basic tools like the combination tool, crevice tool, soft dusting brush, and mini turbo brush to go along with the 2 floor nozzles. Newer releases like the Cyclone V10 Animal come with the hair screw tool but not the soft roller nozzle that's better at cleaning long hair on upholstery. So which option is better? For me, the Dyson V15 Detect offers better value since it has Dyson's latest tech, runs longer, vacuums carpets better, and has a detachable battery. I like the V15 Laser Slim Roller since the bright green laser accentuates almost invisible dust particles, whereas the V10 Soft Roller doesn't offer any illumination. The only reason I'd recommend the V10 is if you live in a tiny home where the runtime disparity won't be much of an issue, especially for cleaning hard floors. Another is a price difference, since the Dyson V10 is cheaper. For the extra savings, consider something refurbished. Let me know your experience, whether good or bad, in the comment section below. If you want to learn more about how different Dyson vacuums compare, watch this playlist and I'll see you in the next video.